Live from all over this beautiful land, this is the Testosterone Zone with the fine men, Noel, Keith, and Steve. Take it, boys!
Welcome, everybody, to episode 36 of the Testosterone Zone podcast. This is Noel, and I'm with my two friends here, Steve and Keith. Hello boys.
Howdy. Can't believe we've done 36 of these things.
I know.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
We're growing up so fast.
Dozen.
Seems like 36 episodes ago we were starting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you guys are, we're recording this on Monday, and so I don't know about you guys, but I kind of needed something to wipe Monday off my brain. You'll have the same experience
Every Monday.
Yeah. I mean, it's if I have one tradition in my life, it's that usually Monday sucks.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. Keith, before you join, Steve and I were talking about if I were to run for president, I would absolutely outlaw Mondays. And I think I'd probably win a landslide.
Easily. No doubt.
Yeah.
I'd vote for you twice.
It never fails. It seems like, Mondays when you're at work, it's the day that you find out about all the things you suck at and all the things you need to work on. And then it's totally forgotten about after Monday. So I've really found my Mondays are survival mode. Just get through the day, then they'll forget about the stuff you suck at again until next Monday. So hey.
God, that couldn't be more true.
It's such a contrast. Like on Sundays, Saturdays we're usually running around doing stuff with the kids and different activities and stuff. Sundays is a day of relaxing and recharging for us, and then you go straight from that into just the chaotic Monday morning where everybody's coming in with problems and coming into my office and needing something and blah blah blah, and you're like, guys, just slow down. I just sat down, so
Yeah. Glad it's over for another week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and my football picks did awful this week. I think this was like what the heck week for college football. Good grief.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean,
Yeah.
total chaos on Saturday.
Totally was.
Yeah.
Isn't that what's fun about college football, though? I mean, you just never know. You'd never know. It's great.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally.
I think other than Alabama, like this college football season's wide open. Like it seems like anybody can win on any given weekend, and then Alabama.
Well, but Alabama does have a pretty good game coming up against LSU.
Yeah, should be a good one.
In Death Valley, which should be interesting. I was surprised that LSU put a whooping on Georgia. Good grief.
Man, and it was like against boys. I did not expect that.
I didn't either. So
speaking of, that would be one of our backup teams, Steve.
Yes. You know what? I put some thought to this, and I'm not going to change at this point. So
good for you.
There's some undefeated teams out there. Yeah, there's some undefeated teams out there, but I gotta believe that this, just doing a little cruising through Twitter and reading a little bit about Georgia, I just think that this is that one game that you lose that you sort of remember the rest of the season that motivates you. And so I'm going to hold on to that hope of Georgia, and I mean, they're so dang talented. So I got to believe that, this was going to fire them up, and wouldn't be surprised if they dominate the rest of the season. So we'll see. So Georgia, I'm sticking with you. And it was tempting. There's some other teams out there that look nice and shiny and scoring a lot of points and dominating so far, but not everybody can have Alabama. So, I'll stick with Georgia for now.
I think it's wise and loyal.
Good call, man.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah, we may have to revisit the all-season rules after this season just to see if we can keep our same team from one year to the next.
Yeah, right.
Because Noel's got a dynasty going. I'm cautiously pessimistic.
A dynasty going over here.
Like 20 years from now, I'm going to pick Alabama.
Saban's like 98 years old. He's still coaching there.
Damn it, no. You still with Alabama?
Yeah, he'll still be pissed at the defense. That's for sure.
That's right. Yeah. All right.
Well, guys, speaking of football, we just finished up week 7 of the Pick 5, and as y'all mentioned, this kicked our butts.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, shout out to John from Guns Up Nation for being the top guy last week in the picks. He was our guest on episode 35, and he was the only one that got 4 wins right. No one was perfect, and we had several listeners finish at 0-5, so it was a tough week. Noel, you finished at let's see, last week you were 2-3.
Yes,
I was 2-3, and man, Keith, you took last place between the 3 of us at 1-4. So shake it off, buddy. Shake it off.
I had all the confidence in the world that Ball State was going to lose, and they didn't. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. I could say I dropped a ball.
Yeah. There you go. You could say that.
Yeah. This week is a new week. This is my 5-0 week, or my 0-5. I don't know.
Yeah. Everybody gets 1, right? So
that's right. I've had many one.
Yeah, I can tell you, when I announce our teams for this week, or games for this week, we definitely got another tough round. But and I think these are actually going to get tougher as the season goes on, and the big ranked teams start playing each other. Mm-hmm. But looking at our backup teams last week, Noel, Alabama, congratulations, beat Missouri 39-10, and it looks like they basically shut it down in the second half, right?
Yeah, they did. They sure did. Started
cruise to the end.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Keith, Clemson had a big win over open week.
Yeah. Hey, well,
good work.
To win.
Yeah, good job. Undefeated against open week. And then, as y'all mentioned, Georgia lost 36-16. So currently the rankings, Alabama's number 1, Clemson's number 3 in the nation, and Georgia dropped all the way to number 8.
Oh,
I think that's a little brutal there, but I believe they got leapfrogged by Texas. Wow. Of all schools. I just don't think Texas is better than Georgia.
Texas beat Baylor this weekend. Yeah. Go out there, Texas. So
there you go. For the season, my buddy Mike still leads of 28 wins. He's 3 games ahead of Pat. And then we got a pack of 3 others at 24 games for the season, right? So not too shabby out there. To pick 28 out of 35 games is pretty solid, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. Good job,
yeah. All right, so you ready to hear this week's games?
Yes, far away, man. What we got?
All right. So we're going to do actually 4 of the Power 5 conferences, and then we're going to pick a game from Conference USA. And Noah, I thought it was funny that you got the Ball State game correct last week. All right, so our first game is going to be out of the ACC. It's going to be number 16, North Carolina State, at number 3, Clemson. So, Keith, your team's up. Out of the Big Ten, we'll have number 6, Michigan, at number 24, Michigan State. I think that's going to be a good game. Out of the Pac-12, we'll have number 12, Oregon, at number 24, Washington State, and that's where College Game Day is going to be. Out of the SEC, we'll have number 22, Mississippi State, at number 5, LSU. And I think this is the 4th or 5th time we've had LSU in the Pick 5.
Yeah, for all of our Louisiana listeners.
Yeah. And then out of the Conference USA, we're going to have University of North Texas at University of Alabama. I can't say it. University of Alabama, Birmingham, so UAB. So
all right.
Yeah. So there we go. So Keith, we'll start with you first out of the ACC. NC State at Clemson. You going with your team?
I am. Clemson for the win. That's all I got.
All righty. Oh, who do you have there?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Clemson too. I think they've had a week off. I mean, they've had 2 weeks to prepare for NC State. So I'm going to go with Clemson.
A strange bye week pick. Maybe they didn't have a choice.
Yeah, maybe. I'll also take Clemson. It's at their house. So So I think this might be the easy game this week to pick.
Yep.
All right, Noel, we'll start with you on the Big Ten game. Number 6, Michigan at number 24, Michigan State. Who do you have?
Where is Michigan playing? Are they in the Big House or are they playing in Michigan State?
At Michigan State.
At Michigan State. Ooh. Mercy. I'm going to go with Michigan State. I may regret that, but I'm going to go with Michigan State.
Okay. All right. I went against Michigan, so I don't have any confidence in them. And then they won big against Wisconsin last week. And who did Michigan State just beat? Was it Penn State?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the higher ranked team, and I'm going to pick Michigan on this one.
All right.
Keith, who are you thinking?
Me too. If they can beat Wisconsin, I think they can beat Michigan State. So
yeah,
Michigan for me.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, out of the Pac-12, I'll take this one. Number 12, Oregon at number 24, Washington State. So as we all know, Washington State has our old college coach, Mike Leach, and I love to root for the guy, but I just don't think Oregon is going to lose the rest of the year. So I'm going to take Oregon to beat Washington State.
Okay.
Keith, who do you have?
It's funny. ESPN has Washington State 61.5% chance to win and a 1-point favorite. So naturally, I'm going to pick Oregon.
The kiss of death from ESPN.
Yeah. I mean, as much, I have a heart. I mean, believe it or not, Washington State's 5-1.
Yeah.
But they lost to USC. And I think that, I just think Oregon's a better team. So I'm going Oregon.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right. Noel, who do you have here?
Well, I'm going to go with the Ducks too. Go with Oregon.
Okay. So it's a sweep for Oregon.
I don't really have any reason.
All right. So far, the only differentiating pick amongst the three of us is Noel taking Michigan State. So. All right, Keith, we'll start with you out of the SEC, number 22, Mississippi State at number 5, LSU.
So I just think LSU is national championship looking, even though they had a hiccup a couple of weekends ago. So I'm going LSU for all of our Louisiana listeners.
All right. That don't know it.
Yeah, right.
Right.
No, who do you have?
I'm going to go with LSU too. I've picked them every week and was only wrong one week. So I'm going to just stick with what works.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. Playing in Death Valley, this they just won't lose at home. No way. So yep, go LSU.
Yep. Jerks.
All right, Noel, final game out of Conference USA, North Texas at UAB. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with North Texas. They've got a really good. Their quarterback. I haven't seen him play. I've heard lots of stuff about him on the radio, and he's apparently a stud. And I saw their coach on Twitter this morning give an interview about the team's attitude, and they said they became bowl eligible. And he said, "Yeah, I went in there and told the guys, hey, we're 6-5. Congratulations on becoming bowl eligible." And he said the guys just looked at him like, so. I mean,
that's awesome.
That tells me a lot about who they are as a team. I mean, like their sights are set a lot higher than just becoming bowl eligible and stuff. So I kind of like that attitude. Yeah. So long answer to say I want North Texas to win.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, North Texas has a great team. Their offense is killing it. So I'm going to also take North Texas. And Keith, who do you have?
I think that's kind of a no-brainer. I think I'm definitely. I mean. North Texas beat Arkansas handily. And I just, I'm looking at the passing yards for this guy. His last name is Fine, 2,210 yards, 16 touchdowns, only 1 interception. That's pretty stinking awesome.
Wow.
So,
yeah, that is.
Yep. I'm going with North Texas.
Good stuff. Wow. It's good to see them actually be good.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Isn't Harrell their offensive coordinator or something?
Yep, Graham Harrell sure is.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I thought so.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And Seth Luttrell, who was their head coach, used to be on Kingsbury's staff, if I remember right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's awesome. Go get him, North Texas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So very good. So guys, that's it for week 8 picks. We're looking forward to hearing from our listeners. And Noel, back to you.
Being that it is football season, and I don't know about where you are listening to us from, but at least in this part of the country, it is it's homecoming season. And so what we thought we'd do is just kind of talk about some of the homecoming traditions that are in the schools today and kind of compare and contrast those to the homecoming traditions of our day back when we were in school and stuff. So I know back when I was growing up in a small town in Texas, we had homecoming week really pretty much consisted of a dance after the football game, and we had the mums and stuff like that. But the mums we had that we gave to the girls were, not very elaborate, and it was pretty modest, I think, compared to what it is today. But going back to today, the way it is, the mums that they have now are gigantic. And
oh my gosh,
have you seen some of these? Their mums are crazy, out of control. Like one of them had, well, not one of them, I've seen several of them that have like two or three moms, and like one on the two in the front, one on the back, and it's crazy. Like it's like $100 or more. I mean, it's just ridiculous, out of control kind of stuff. So but have you guys seen pictures of these?
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and there's this picture of this one that the mom's easily bigger than the girl that's wearing it, and it's lit up. I mean, it has to be north of $200 is my guess. And
oh yeah,
they are so expensive. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember back in the day, there was one person that spent like $70 on a mom, and everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, that is just exorbitant amount of money." But now these days, it's like entry level.
Well, I tell you, what's funny is my son, had the guys get the garters, right? And his garter was the same size as my girlfriend in high school's mom. And I remember my garter was like maybe 8 inches long, and it's like his is like to the floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like not just the mums for the women, but even the guys are the old mums of the past, and the girls are like the super just super high octane mums now. I mean, they're going to cause back problems when they get older. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. But my daughter's school, they have their traditions at their schools is they have dress up days, and every day has a different theme. Today was meme Monday, so they dressed as an internet meme, and she said that they had some pretty off the wall ones today. I probably wouldn't have understood any of them. I was probably like, "What do you dress like?" That.
Right.
But anyway, and then they have they're dressing up as like 80s one day this week, and I'd love to go there and actually see and go, nah, it's not really 80s, that's 70s or that's 90s or something, but I'm trying to think of what else they've got going on. They have like Patriotic Day too, where they're dressing up in all American garb and stuff. Cool. And then so it's kind of cool. I mean, some of the stuff they do, they've got a pep rally and a parade, and that's where they announce the court and stuff after the parade on Wednesday, and then of course the game on Friday, and then they have a dance on Saturday. So awesome. It's kind of neat. I think it's they make an entire week of it, whereas ours is just like one day. It's like whatever, but pretty cool. Keith, I saw and then even You want to talk about how your son he asked had to ask his girlfriend, or I don't know if it's his girlfriend, had to ask his date to that.
It's a whole different level of asking. I mean, it was kind of like when we were growing. I don't know about you all, but I'd be like, "So, you want to go to homecoming?" And they say, "Yeah," and you're like, "Cool," and that was it, you know. And now it's like the asking, and I had, you know, when I posted the picture of my son asking his date, you know, it's a whole new level. And I mean, the moms are like, "Man, why didn't they have this when we were growing up?" I'm like, "Because we weren't that creative." Sorry, but, really? You know, I mean, because like they have to do like this production. Like, so my son had this sign that says, "Flowers are the second most beautiful thing in the world. Can I go to homecoming with the first?" It has this big sign. I'm like, nice. It's like say anything material. You know what I mean? Yeah, like In Your Eyes is playing in the background at the boombox. Yeah. I'm like, holy cow. I'm like, that's pretty impressive. I would, like I said, I would be like, I got your number, and can we, you know, it's completely different. It has to be a big deal. It's crazy. Right. It's like if they don't, it's a letdown. Pretty. Yeah. Is that how it is over there, Noel?
Totally. It absolutely is. And I would have failed miserably. I never would have had a date. No, if this was back in the town I was growing up. So
yeah.
But
you're not it. Hard pass.
Yeah. Right.
Speaking of football and tying homecoming, everything together, I learned a new phrase this weekend.
What's that?
I learned a new phrase this weekend. I learned the term. It's like basically what happens. The pose that people make when it's a close game and then suddenly their team is going to lose and it's inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
And I just learned the name of it.
Surrender Cobra.
Yes. I had never heard about that until this week, where like they literally put their hands on their heads and they look like they've got the cobra wings, you know? I'm like, you know, and it was funny because I heard it a couple of times. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's totally what that is. You know? I'm like, I can't believe that's never been a name in my mind that I knew about before, but I love it. The Surrender Cobra. Now I'm going to like literally look for this on game days.
Yeah.
It's great. So did you all know this? Did you know this word? I didn't know this word.
Yeah, I did. You didn't know that?
I mean, I had no idea it was called that. I mean, I'm painfully aware of the fact though that I don't want to ever be caught on camera doing this, and because you will end up in a Google search.
They will find you.
Hey,
yes, they will.
You're a tech fan, man. You'll inevitably do this one day at least, if we haven't already. You know,
like that famous Guns Up Defeat dude. You've seen that guy, right?
Yes.
Got his head buried in his arms, but his gun's still up. God bless the guy. So,
I feel you, man. I feel you, buddy.
But yeah, the Cobra pose. I never knew that's what it was called. But man, that's genius. Yeah. Whoever came up with the name, kudos, because it's just genius.
Surrender Cobra. Yeah, and if you watch it like too at the end of the games, the cameras are panning around looking for Surrender Cobras all around the stadium. And they'll show them. There's like
a code.
Yeah, there's websites and there's I think there's Twitter. There's several Twitter handles and stuff out there too that are dedicated just to the Surrender Cobra. So we'll have to post a couple of those on our Instagram page to show them what we're talking about. They're pretty funny.
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. I love it.
Do y'all know how to fix a broken pumpkin?
Know how to fix a broken pumpkin? No.
I don't know.
Yeah, just use a pumpkin patch.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yes.
Jeez.
That's for sure. Y'all gonna know that one.
Nope. Didn't know that one.
Did you know that? Is there a full moon this Halloween?
I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
Well, I know that scientists got bored of watching the moon for 24 hours, so they called it a day.
There we go.
We're back.
Do you guys know what the difference is between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle?
I don't know.
One tire.
I can't wait to find out.
A tire.
Oh, nice. Well played.
Nice.
Oh man, that was rough. That was rough one tonight.
Why did the iPhone go to the dentist?
Why did the iPhone go to the dentist?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he had a Bluetooth. That's painful.
Yeah, it is. But that's okay.
Hey, guys, do you think glass coffins will ever become popular?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea either. It remains to be seen.
Okay. All right. We finished more solid than we started.
So today, my friend says to me, "What rhymes with orange?" And I told him, "No, it doesn't." All right, we're knocking it out of the park now.
Yeah,
you knew you wanted to throw that one in there. You knew you.
Too good not to share.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
hey, good episode.
Absolutely.
And hey, again, we had 2 records broke last week. So
nice.
Last week we had our best single download day ever.
Excellent.
And we've had our best week ever. So thank you for everybody, especially John and all the guys at Guns Up Nation last week. Appreciate the promotion that you gave of our episode. That meant a lot to us, the world to us. So thank you. We were so glad you joined us. We are going to figure out a way to make our audio better when we talk to you, John. I am racking my brain because you deserve that. You're an awesome guest, and we appreciate you being on. So thank you for everything you guys did last week. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a very good week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Take care.
Sounds good. We have a wonderful week.
Hey, thanks again for listening to the Testosterone Zone. We sure had a blast visiting with you. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, leave us some feedback, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All Testosterone podcast episodes are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve unless otherwise noted.
The opinions expressed in the Testosterone podcast are our own and not those of our employers, families, parents, kids, dogs, cats, your mom, or any other entity Noel, Keith, or Steve are affiliated with now, in the past, or in the future, or ever.
I actually invented a new word this week.
Did you?
Yeah. You want to hear it?
Yeah. I do.
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism.
I invented it.
Wow. Nice job.
How did you come up with that?
You'll not get the joke?
Oh, I do. I'm just can't believe you think that's funny.
All right, I got a backup joke.
Yeah.
We can edit that one out.
No, I love it.
Come on, we need a rim shot on that one.
Excuse me, I'm navigating over to the thing, and
there you
go. My wife isn't talking to me because apparently I ruined our anniversary. I'm really not sure how. I didn't even know it was today. Did I lose you again, or is it that bad?
This joke sucks so far.
How about we just delete all of that and start over?
Yeah.
Let's start over.